Good evening. Welcome to the Board of Supervisors Business Meeting, Thursday, October 16, 2025, 6:15 p.m. today. This meeting is being live streamed via YouTube for viewing only. The meeting is video recorded for posting on the Township website. A video camera has been installed in the Township auditorium for security purposes only. I'd like to call this meeting to order. First, Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Chair Darby,
Here.
Vice Chair Charles,
Here.
Supervisor McFarland. Here. Supervisor Knights might be joining us in a little bit. Supervisor Newfigleis.
Here.
And our student representative, Maya Frazier.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Supervisor Knights will not be joining us this evening.
Okay.
So prior to tonight's meeting, we held an executive session which we discussed litigation and personnel matters. Also on the agenda tonight, there is a conditional use hearing which will start at 7 p.m. Due to an issue with the posting earlier. And first, we have a proclamation for the Festival of Diwali.
Proclamation on the Festival of Diwali on October 20th, 2025. Whereas Diwali, the Festival of Lights, is celebrated every autumn and is one of the most significant festivals of South Asian culture, symbolizing the triumph of light over darkness, good over evil, and knowledge over ignorance. And whereas Pennsylvania became the first state in the nation to recognize Diwali as a state holiday with the signing of Senate Bill 402 by Governor Josh Shapiro in 2024. And whereas Diwali celebrates the traditions of over 1 billion people worldwide who observe the holiday, including those in Lower Providence Township, and is marked by qualities of togetherness, family, and community. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Lower Providence Township Board of Supervisors recognizes the historic, cultural, and religious significance of the Festival of Diwali and encourages Township residents to embrace and celebrate the diverse traditions that make up the fabric of Lower Providence. Resolved this 16th day of October, 2025.
Thank you. All right, now on to presentations. We're going to start with our student rep report, and then we'll do the commendations and our new police officer. So Maya Frazier first.
Methacton fall sports season is coming to a close. Field hockey, girls and boys soccer, girls and boys cross country have all celebrated their senior nights and honored four-year athletes. Football, cheer, and marching band have had their senior night last Friday at the last homecoming football game. The girls' golf team won their PAC championship, and field hockey competes at the PAC final tonight against Boyertown. At Arcola and Methacton High School, students with a cumulative average of 90% or higher from last school year were recognized by an M Academic Award and honored at the Methacton School Board meeting. The actual certificate was distributed via students' English teachers. PSAT Day at the high school is October 29th. 10th and 11th graders will take PSATs with the aim to prepare them for the SAT. Freshmen will engage in a career day activity festival during the exam. Students are not required to come into school that day if they are seniors and will instead volunteer, tour college, or job shadow as their form of attendance. Students will have off from school on election day as schools are used for polling purposes and many high school seniors work as nonpartisan poll workers at their local precincts. Schools will also be closed on October 20th. Lastly, the National Honor Society induction ceremony is tonight. New inductees were invited to apply based on outstanding academic performance and were then selected by a board of teachers. After induction, inductees and returning seniors will begin their volunteer work.
Great. Thank you for updating us on everything that's going on. Next, we have Chief Jackson for two presentations. Take your time.
All right. Good evening. So we're going to start off with the awarding of a life-saving commendation to a group of people who worked together to save a man's life just a few short months ago. I'd like to invite our recipients up here. First off, Chief Reynolds, want to come on up? And then our recipients are Tim Detweiler. Tim, come on up. William Wiley, it was Tim's partner, and we'll get into the story here in a second, but Bill couldn't make it tonight. Sergeant Ryan Singleton, Corporal Jeremy Bonner, Officer Al Passananti, Officer Richard Henning, Paramedic Jackie Pavlov, Advanced EMT Vicky, how do you say that last name? Yeah, okay, thank you. I'll say it for you. Perfect. Volunteer Trinity Hoball, there we go. Paramedic Sherry Myers and EMT Michael Shearer. Please come on up. Anybody not be able to make it? Okay. All right, so this unfortunate situation began when Brett Floro, who was in town visiting a friend, suffered a heart attack on the front lawn of his friend's house. Luckily for him, Tim and his partner, Bill, who worked for Verizon just a short distance away, had left their building and happened to pass by. They saw Brett laying on the ground. They immediately called 911 and began CPR. Within actually I think it's less than 2 minutes, our police officers arrived on scene, hooked him up to an AED, began CPR until EMS could arrive and do their thing, and get him quickly transported to Einstein Medical Hospital, where I'm happy to report that Brett has made, I guess I can't say a complete full recovery yet, but he is recovering well, and unfortunately he couldn't be here tonight because he lives in North Carolina. So we tried to work it out, but we just couldn't work it out where he could make it. So I have to just acknowledge without a doubt that if it weren't for Tim getting this started, starting this chain of events, that I think it's pretty certain that Brett would not be here with us, and none of us would be standing here today. So that's a special recognition, Tim, and you should be really proud of your actions on that day. And please pass on our thanks to Bill when you see him. So, like I said, I'm happy to report that Brett is alive. He's doing well. He couldn't be here tonight because, again, he's living in North Carolina. But on behalf of Brett, I've spoken to him, his friends. On behalf of Brett, they are all incredibly grateful for the actions that each and every one of you took that day. So thank you very much. I'm going to read off the police department commendation. I'm going to turn it over to Chief Reynolds, and he'll read off, or he'll present commendations to EMS personnel. Okay, so life-saving commendations. On June 6, 2025, officers from the Lower Providence Township Police Department responded to the area of Brimfield Road and Wedgwood Way for a medical call involving an unresponsive male found lying in the grass. While en route, officers were informed that the man appeared to be suffering a cardiac event and CPR was in progress. Within minutes, Sergeant Ryan Singleton, Corporal Jeremy Bonner, Officer Albert Passananti, and Officer Richard Henning arrived on scene and observed Tim Detweiler and William Wiley performing CPR on the patient identified as Brett Floro. Officer Passananti removed the automatic external defibrillator, also known as AED, from his patrol vehicle and placed it on the patient. A shock was administered and CPR was resumed. Officer Passananti continued chest compressions while Officer Henning used a bag valve mask to provide rescue breaths. A short time later, emergency medical personnel arrived and patient care was turned over to members of Lower Providence Emergency Medical Services. Emergency medical personnel applied the Lucas machine, which is an automatic chest compression device, to the patient and transported them to Einstein Montgomery Medical Center for treatment. As a result of the collaborative efforts and life-saving actions of everybody we just named, it's a big group. Mr. Floro survived and recovered from his cardiac event. Your actions in this incident represent an outstanding accomplishment in the protection and preservation of life. You are to be congratulated for your performance and the professional manner in which you conducted yourself in this situation. As a result, you are being awarded the life-saving commendation in conformance to General Order 303 on this 16th day of October 2025. And I'm going to present this to Tim, and I have Bill's here as well. Thank you very much for everything you did, Tim. Thank you. Ricky, good job, bud. Thank you. Appreciate it. Al, good job. And now I'm going to turn it over to Chief Reynolds.
Thank you, Chief. I just want to briefly follow up on some of the comments that you made. Every day, Lower Providence Police and EMS professionals team up and respond to countless calls for service. We interact with people who are either experiencing the worst situations of their lives or situations that to them is their own worst situation and something worse that they can never fathom. Our professionals constantly are called to be medical providers, therapists, personal chefs, furniture movers, or just friends. They can complete these tasks with professionalism and compassion. This occurs over and over every single day. I wish we were able to properly display our appreciation to all that they endure and accomplish, just like we are here honoring everyone tonight. However, it is expected that as public safety professionals, we accomplish these things as it is our job. However, what is not expected is that someone who's not a firefighter, police officer, or an EMS professional will drop everything that they're doing and come to the aid of a stranger. If everyone did that, this world would be a much nicer and safer place. That's why what Bill Wiley and Tim Detweiler did on June 6th makes this situation so much more powerful. It was their quick and decisive actions that truly made a difference on this day. They were truly difference makers. So on behalf of the members of Lower Providence Ambulance, I'm honored to present you with a plaque for your heroic, selfless, life-saving efforts from June 6th, 2025. I have one for your partner as well, so congratulations. It's also my humble honor to be able to publicly recognize the following members of our staff for their compassion, professionalism, and teamwork. While medical advancements occur nearly every day, we still have a tragically low success rate for out-of-hospital cardiac arrest events. That's why we try to recognize these accomplishments formally, and I've had the honor as chief since 2017 to present 6 of these. This will now be my 7th. Of these presentations, I get to present 3 of these to providers for the very first time. And one of our providers, this will be the 3rd time. So unfortunately, paramedic Jackie Pavlov, who was our first paramedic, could not be there tonight because she is working another full-time ambulance job. But we do have with us tonight her partner, advanced EMT Vicky Petru. We have EMT Michael Shearer. And for the 3rd time, paramedic Sherry Myers. Congratulations to each and every one of you, and for once I can say it is no cliche that all of you made a difference that day. Thank you.
So congratulations, everybody. Thank you very much. Sherry and Al, just a month ago, they were given the same award for life-saving. I can't decide if it's good luck or bad luck to have them around. But guys did a great job. Congratulations. And if we can just get a quick photograph together? Perfect.
Hold up our combinations, please.
Then don't go away. You're up next again.
I know, I'm
Okay.
all set.
All right.
All right, so the next thing we have is we're going to be introducing our newest police officer. This newest officer comes to us after a pretty lengthy and competitive process involving multiple interviews, background investigation, a polygraph examination, a psychological evaluation. What else am I forgetting here? A physical, and a drug screening. So we're happy to report that our newest officer, Jim Yezzo, passed with flying colors. Jim, if you want to come up, please. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Jim. James J. Yezzo was raised in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and attended Bishop Eustace Prep School, where he graduated in 2010. Upon graduation, Jim attended University of Delaware, where he studied health behavior science and played baseball. In 2013, get this, Jim was drafted by the Washington Nationals and played professional baseball for 3 years. I played for 4. That's right. That's right. In 2016, he accepted a position with Blackshire Properties and worked as a property manager. He held that position until he entered the State Police Academy in Hershey, Pennsylvania. In May of 2023, he graduated the academy and began his service as a state trooper assigned to the patrol division. And now we are lucky enough to have Jim with us. So Jim is going to be trained by his field training officer is Drew Millard, who is not here this evening, and he's going to be assigned to Sergeant King. That's right. Clearly, I'm not the brains of this operation. So Jim, and then next, what we traditionally do is we'll have somebody come up and pin his new badge to his uniform. His uniform isn't in yet, but we are going to still do the badge pinning. So I'd like to invite his wife, Chelsea, up. And then, so the badge pinning represents your transition from civilian life to police officer. In this case, he's from trooper to police officer, and he is our second trooper that we've recently acquired. Ed Lawless in the back there. You may remember him just, 2 months ago? So this is the last state trooper for a while. But in any case, the badge pinning represents your transition from civilian to police officer, and with that carries the responsibility and the expectation that you're going to provide fair and impartial police services to all residents, to all those who work in Lower Providence Township, and to all those that visit our township. So congratulations, and I wish you the best of luck in your career.
You're welcome to stay. There's still more to go. Have a good night.
Just glad that we finally got Chief Jackson to acknowledge on the record that he's not the brains behind the operation. You sure that's the guy you want giving you a video testimonial?
You're on a hot mic here.
That's fine. I want it to pick that up.
YouTube, you hear that? All right. Okay, we'll continue. those were some nice presentations. All right, so we're moving on to our consent agenda. I'd like to make a motion to accept the consent agenda, which includes our minutes from last meeting, board and committees and commissions, our monthly reports, and also fiscal matters. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Any public comment, board comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries. We're going to move on to old business. Consideration of resolution 2025-33, approving the waiver of subdivision and land development of 800 Adams Avenue, and Solicitor Gallagher has more.
Certainly, as the board will recall, this was the presentation that was made last month regarding the new township building. The township staff presented that this is a relatively straightforward minor project, so there was a request to waive the provisions of the subdivision and land development ordinance. As the board can see, there was, you'll recall, there was a discussion regarding the trail improvements that may have been triggered by the improvements that are being made. So that has been crafted as a deferral of those improvements until such time as a contiguous property installs similar improvements.
Thank you, and I reviewed the resolution, and it says deferred
As deferred.
in caps, so thank you for that.
Sure.
Are there any questions for Solicitor Gallagher before? Okay. I'd like to make a motion to approve the resolution 2025-33, approving the waiver of the subdivision and land development for 800 Adams Avenue. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any public comment? Any board comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Okay. All right, so we're going to move on to announcements. We'll do some courtesy of the floor, and looking at the time, we'll probably recess until 7 o'clock to do the the conditional use hearing. What?
No, that, you're looking at the old, that was the item that came off, yeah. Okay. The brandy wine?
We're good.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's it.
we're good. Yeah. Just some announcements, and then we'll have courtesy of the floor. The Board of Supervisors is looking for qualified residents interested in serving on the township's various boards and commission. Details and instruction on submitting a letter of interest and resume can be found on the township website at lowerprovidence.org. So most of these board and commissions will be appointed in January, so tell a friend to write a letter of interest and provide their resume as well. So we have a few meetings coming up. The Library Board of Trustees is on Monday, October 20th at 6 p.m. We also have the Environmental Advisory Council on Monday, October 20th at 7 p.m. We have Parks and Rec Board Tuesday, October 21st at 6 p.m. Planning Commission is the following day, October 22nd at 7 p.m. Zoning Hearing Board is October 23rd, the following day, at 7 p.m. We have the Human Relations Commission on November 5th at 6:30. And we have an event, the Red Cross Sound the Alarm event, which is the installation of free smoke alarms on November 1st from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. To request installation of a smoke alarm or to volunteer to help, visit the soundofthealarm.org/Philly. Hopefully everyone has smoke alarms in their home, but if you don't, this is great. All right, so any other announcements? Okay, all right. So at this time, I would like to invite the public for courtesy of the floor and not to exceed 3 minutes per person. The Board of Supervisors have the right to respond at the time if you have any questions or later. Anyone for courtesy of the floor? Okay. All right, so no courtesy of the floor. We'll move on to board comments, and we'll start with Township Manager EJ. Y'all.
First.
Okay, you good? Yeah. Okay, EJ.
I just want to give a quick shout out and thank Jane Delaney and her entire Parks and Rec staff, but also almost every township department for their contributions and assistance in what was an incredibly successful and well-attended and enjoyed fall festival a couple weekends ago. We had a beautiful day, great weather, a tremendous turnout. A lot of work goes into that event, and I think everybody's sitting at the table here, with the exception of maybe Tim, although I think he did help sponsor. So everybody contributed. It's kind of an all hands on deck event, and I appreciate the entire board was able to make it to the event this year as well, and appreciated seeing you all there. So just wanted to, I'd be remiss if I didn't give Jane a shout out for that.
I second that. It takes a lot of work. And so kudos to her. She ran from like probably 8 o'clock, probably more, earlier that morning to the end. So she's very instrumental in running this festival. And, like to thank the Parks and Rec Board and also Public Works as well. So thank you for starting that. Kudos. So shout out to everyone that was part of it. All right. Any other board comments? Okay, so we're just gonna take a 15-minute